Okay, so hold on, we've got that down there, and then this comes into the middle. So this funny looking shape here, that's the dark bit on the inside of the hellebore, and it comes down here as well. So whereas your mind might say, well, and then there's another petal underneath here, which is also, I'm only seeing sort of a very strange shape of it, sort of foreshortened, and then the bit in the middle with all the little stamens and what have you comes out here. So, you know, I'm actually only seeing 3 petals, although my mind is telling me this flower has got 4 petals or 5 petals, you know. So it's worth really watching what's going on when you draw the thing, and not trying to allow yourself to sort of stylize it or simplify it, but to really look and really discover how it is you're going to create that form so that it looks like it's living. I mean, the leaves as well do the same thing. You know, there's no leaves that I can see that are just well, let's draw a leaf. There's none that are just like that. They're all of my leaves are in some way slightly twisting. So there's a sort of a huge amount of movement in these leaves. And that's what makes it something I think that's exciting to do a study of, is to sort of discover how to create that wonderful living form so that it looks like it's living on your paper and not just a sort of stylized representation of it. Now, the group on Monday who did drawing, they were drawing leaves, and they did some wonderful things. And I think, well, I'll just show you some of the leaves I did, because, again, I found that this sort of fed into what I was doing today. Yeah, these are all a page of study of leaves, right?
Yeah. And
these were the leaves that I actually used in that montage we did last week, although I'm not happy with my painting, so I'm going to perhaps have another go at it. But I find doing studies like this, and it just so happens it was for the drawing class, but I'd already spent the afternoon drawing. It's so wonderful, because you learn about the intelligence of how things grow and the magic of their forms, and they're all different, you know. And yet there's sort of harmony and balance in the way that nature has, you know, constructed them, you know, and that there's definitely movement, you know. And that was what I realized as I started to draw, that capturing how things grow is you know, a real challenge, and if one can actually convey that in the painting, I think it's even better, you know. And certainly some of the paintings I've had do have a real sort of sense of you're having understood that they, you know, that each of them have their own, not only their particular character, but there's sort of that life within them that comes through even when they're, you know, they're wilting or dying. Right, so I think everybody probably, if you haven't already done so, you know, just have a look at turned it down off. Yeah. How you've organised your subject is entirely up to you. Maybe that you're just doing something, you know, one flower head and a bit of stem, or you're doing what I'm doing, which is a few stems and leaves. And I think I would be inclined to start with, when you are ready and you have got your subject drawn up, I would start by painting the flower head, knowing that the flower heads are going to change, close, move. The leaves don't tend to alter as dramatically, but the flower heads tend to. So I'd start with the flower head. I would focus on the flowers and the leaves and leave the flower pot. I
Yeah.
would be, I mean, I don't know if you can see mine, but I've just done 2 lines just to indicate that they were it is in a pot. I might even cut it off there. I don't know. I want the focus to be on this. That's what I really think is, important.
Can you look for a second for me?
Yeah.
Is that it?
When you do get to the painting stage, which some of you already are at, please remember to working wet into wet. So dampen things and then working wet in wet.
Right.